flash it. Hold on. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live. Today, we're going to be playing a little trivia game. So we'll just wait for everyone to come in and see who comes in. Hey, Eli, how are you? In a little bit, I'll be giving a code. I know it's been a while. I'll be giving a code to play a trivia game. Rules are only answer in the game. And I'll repeat this when other people come in, and have fun. Well, thank you for sharing me out. Here in a little bit, I'm going to be giving a code that at least up to 10 people can play this trivia. Let's see how many more people will come in. We'll just wait a little bit longer to see who else comes in before we play this game. I've got no one watching. Okay. Well, we'll just see how. I'll just. All right. Well, for those of you who want to play, I do show up. Here's the code, and I'll have until 2:30, and then we'll close it and start playing. We'll see who comes in. Just wait and see if anyone comes in. If not, then I guess this ain't gonna happen. Welcome in, everybody. There's a code there for anyone who would like to play. Hello, Carol. If you want to play, there's a code for the trivia game that we're going to be playing. And we'll start it. We'll start the trivia in a little bit. There we go. Once we start getting players in, all I have to do is either, if you have Kahoots, or go to this link. I'll put it in the chat. You can go there and join it. Join in, and this is the code right here for anyone who would like to join. And so we're just waiting on people to actually show up who actually want to play. You can just go to the link that I posted in the chat, and here's the code. Hopefully everyone is having a good weekend. And to play this, you're going to want a second device to play on Kahoots, as well as watch it on here on YouTube. So just so you guys know. If no one, actually, you know what? If anyone doesn't want to play through here, we can always show the answer, tell the answers in the chat. So if we don't get anyone to actually show up and play, you guys can here is a code. That code is to start playing the games. For those of you who want to join, can join in and we'll give a little bit more, see if anyone wants to will come in, even in chat. Hello, Emily. Right here's the code for the game if you want to come play. All right. I'll give it till 2:45 and then I'm gonna lock. And I guess we'll just do the answers in the chat. Hey, Spawn, how are you? Actually, you know what? I know you. I trust you, so I'll make you a moderator. All right, Spawn, there's a code right here for the trivia if you want to go to Kahoots and in the chat. I'll even highlight it right here. Let's show it. Go to that website, and you can enter that code up there, right here, the game pin, and join in the game. It's best to have two devices if you want to play the trivia. I'm doing pretty good. We're just giving it a little bit to see who's gonna join. If I don't have anyone join, I'll probably just that up. I'm thinking about just doing it where you guys answer in the chat. Just give an answer in the chat, and because Kahoots, this is actually a fun way of doing trivia. I've seen it on other channels like Walking in the Woods. They do this quite often, like every month or so. They do it 3 p.m. Walt Disney World time, as they say. So that'd be noon for you guys and the California people. So I'm just gonna, if no one enters in by 2:45, I'm probably just gonna You're welcome. I trust you since we mod for the same channel. Oh, we'll see. We got one more minute, and I'll just lock this up, and we'll just play. And then if no one decides to actually join, I'll lock this up. We'll start it, and you guys can answer in chat. Just shout out the answers in chat. Now let's go ahead and All right. So I will be locking this game up. Okay. Looks like we need at least one person in there to play. Or we can't start it. So we gotta wait a little bit longer, see if anyone actually joins. Oh, this is fun. Oh, looks like we might have to do this another day. Possibly. Yeah, let's turn the music down. Nope, there's one person. Oh, I don't know any other games to play, but I see one person has joined. So I'll give it a little bit. If no one else joins, then Ruben will be the one player, and the rest of you can answer in the chat. See if you know these answers. Know the answers to these questions. Give it a little bit, and then I will start this game. right, we'll give it till about 2:55 and see if anyone else joins. If not, we'll just play as is and let Ruben. He'll be number one, no matter what his points are. And technically, all you have to do is click A, B, C, or D, or true or false. That's all I have. I don't have very much for questions, so should be easy for you guys. At least some of them should. You guys should know the answers to. All right, so now we have a little competition going on. We have Spawn and Ruben. Anyone else want to join? I give it 3 more minutes and then we'll start the game. And I'll allow whoever else comes in to answer in chat. So, how's everyone today? Oh, and all questions are 1 minute long. So you guys can take at least 1 minute to answer the questions. If you guys answer it before the 1 minute mark uh, ends, then we'll just end that question there and see the correct answer or who got it correct. We'll give it 2 more minutes to see if anyone wants to join in. Then I'm locking the game. Actually, you know what? There you go, Ruben. You now got a blue suit. All right, 1 more minute, and we'll see how many other people will join. And some of these are kind of easy questions that you guys should know. Didn't want to make it too hard for everyone, especially those who aren't that big up on Disney. Now there might be a little delay for you guys, but just be patient. All right. All right. We've got. And here we go. We're going to start the game. All right, you two. Have fun. Everyone else can answer in the chat. How many All right, here we go. One quiz. First one's a quiz. How many Casey Junior train rides are in the Disney Resort parks? Four, two, one, or three? Go ahead and pick your answers. And wow. Actually, no, there's only two. One at Disneyland, the original, which was opened in 1955, and the one in Disneyland Paris, which was which opened in 1992 when the park opened. Maybe that was a little too hard for you guys. All right, next question. Here we go. A true or false? This is double points if you get this right. And you have a 50-50 chance of doing this. Has Pepsi been or being sold in Disney theme parks? No, actually, when Disneyland first opened and Walt Disney World, Pepsi was sold in the theme parks. Uh, Pepsi had Adventureland and Frontierland, and Coke had Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. After the contract ended with Pepsi, then Coke took over all of the park. But Pepsi is now being sold in the Asian parks, if I'm correct. I think that's where they're being sold now, as well as some of the little vending things around the park. But yes, Pepsi has been sold in the Disney parks. It hasn't always been Coke. Oh, it's still anyone's game, so let's see. Next question. The Haunted Mansion at Disneyland and Walt Disney World, does the stretching room go up or down? You have only up, only down, stay still, or both up and down. So go ahead and pick your answers. Only up, only down, stay still, or one goes up and one goes down. One more to answer. 20 seconds. Which one is it? Red, blue, yellowish orange, or green? And it looks like one of you got the correct answer. The Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, the stretching room goes down because it has to get underneath the train tracks. And that's the actual room bottom going down. At Walt Disney World, it's the roof that goes up, but it stays level. The floor stays level. So, and Spawn is in the lead right now. Yes, that is correct. Emily, both. All right, on to the next question. Another quiz. What is the statue called in the middle of the hub at Disneyland? Is it Friends statue, the Pals statue, the Idol statue, or Partner statue? So is it friends, pals, idol, or partner statue? That is in the hub at in Disneyland. Well, and it's also Walt Disney World too in the middle. One more person that no, it is called the Partners statue. That is what the Walt and Mickey statue is called. Partners. Looks like no one got that one right. Well, at least as long as you guys are having fun, that's the good thing. So here we go on to the next question. True or false? Disneyland was opened October 1st, 1971. True or false? Now you have to think Disneyland opened October 1st, 1971. That is correct. Disneyland actually opened July 17th, 1955. Walt Disney World opened October 1st, 1971. That's it. Still a close game. Yes, it is. Oh, so Disneyland opened in 1955, while Disney World opened in 1971. All right, on to the next question. Oh, I forget this one. I'm the one who answered it. Okay. What is the most iconic Disney snack at the Disney theme park resorts? Is it popcorn, churro, Dole Whip, or the turkey leg? You would think it's the popcorn. You would think it's popcorn, but no, it's actually Dole Whip. Dole Whip is the most iconic snack sold at the Disneyland parks. But yeah, you would think that it is popcorn, but it's not, unfortunately. All right, on to the next question. Question number 7. All right. This is worth double points. Let's see if you guys know that this. The Main Street vehicles were designed by which Disney legend? Was it Tony Baxter, Bob Gurr, Mark Davis, or Joe Rhodes? Yes, the vehicles were designed by the famous Bob Gurr, who designed most of the vehicles the, at Disneyland, and had been switched over to most of the other Disney parks. Why, look at that. Ruben took the lead. but it's still anyone's game. All right, on to the next question. True or false? There's an Autopia ride in 5 of the Walt Disney World theme parks around the world. True or false? No, they're actually all 5 theme parks that have a Magic Kingdom has some type of Autopia ride. It may be named differently, but there is one in every park. Well, everyone stayed the same this round. So let us go on to the next question. Actually, all right. True or false? Disneyland uses biodiesel from resort kitchens to fuel the steam boilers of the trains, as well as the Mark Twain. True or false? If some of you follow Disney parks, you might know this. It is true. Disneyland uses the oil from their fries. I know. But yes, Disney uses the fry oil from their kitchens in their vehicles. So the steam engine train and the Mark Twain are fueled by the oil that was used to cook the fries that you eat. So next time you go to Disneyland, just remember that you're riding on a vehicle that was powered by your fries or whatever else is fried. And Spawn takes the lead back, but it's still a close game for anyone. Let us now go on to the next question. A true or false question. Walt Disney World Resort in Disneyland, the actual resort, has 5 parks. Yes, it is false. It only has 4. Walt Disney World Resort has the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. Those are the only parks that are connected to the Walt Disney World Resort. Just like Disneyland Resort only has 2 theme parks. You have the Magic Kingdom and California Adventures. And Ruben takes over the lead. Hey, at least you guys are having fun. That's the good thing. So let us go on to the next question, which is a quiz, and it's worth double the points. Some of you guys may not know this, but let's see if you guys do. The Opera House at Disneyland on Main Street was originally used for what purpose? Was it used for as an ice cream freezer storage, a parade storage for all the floats, a lumber mill, or a cast commissary? Was the Opera House on Main Street used as a freezer for ice cream, to store the parade floats, or the cast commissary? Yes, when Disneyland first opened, until Mr. Lincoln got there, it was used as a lumber mill to house all the lumber. That was the first building that was actually built on Disneyland property, was the Opera House. And that's where they had all the lumber at for all the rides or anything that used wood in the Disneyland park. So it was used at one time as a lumber mill. That was until they got finished. And then when Mr. Lincoln came around, it was used for the show building for Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, which has actually changed a few times. So everyone stayed in the same on this round. Let us now go on to the next level. Or the next question, I should say. Okay. It's a Small World attraction is in how many Disney's Magic Kingdom style theme parks? Is it 2, 5, 3, or 4? Is the small How many Disney's Magic Kingdom style theme parks has a It's a Small World ride? 2, 5, 3, or 4? Just like with Autopia, yes, every Magic Kingdom, just like Autopia, the Magic Kingdom theme parks all across the world has a It's a Small World ride. Yep, that's true. Tokyo, Shanghai, Disneyland, Walt Disney World, and Paris all have a five of them have a It's a Small World attraction in it. Hey, actually, as you see here, Ruben isn't even cheating. He hasn't moved an inch since the last time he actually got points. All right. As long as you guys are having fun, that's all that matters. All right, on to the next question. This might be a little difficult for some of you if you've never seen any of the videos from Paris. How many scenarios does the Hollywood Tower of Terror at Disneyland Paris have? 5, 3, 2, or 4? Now, don't confuse this with the Hollywood Tower of Terror at Walt Disney World in Hollywood Studios. Even though this one is in the Hollywood Studios Park at Paris as well. But this is the one in Paris. Is it 5, 3, 2, or 4? Hey, some of these I didn't even Some of these answers I didn't even know. Yes, there are 3 scenarios at the Hollywood Tower of Terror in Paris. Oh, Spawn is catching up, but Ruben is still in the lead. Yeah, they are pretty cool. All right, on to the next question for you guys, which is a true or false. Let's see if you guys. Tron Light Cycle is located in Fantasyland at Shanghai Disney. Is that true or false? Tron Light Cycle is located in Fantasyland at Shanghai Disney. Now, Disney has placed Tron in probably the same location as in their counterpart parks or sister parks. So think about this. Tron is located in Fantasyland in the Shanghai Disney Park. True or is false? Tron Light Cycle is located in Tomorrowland, which is the same location as Walt Disney World's. Tron is located in Tomorrowland, just like it's going to be located in Tomorrowland at Walt Disney World. Some of these are pretty hard, I'm guessing, now that I'm looking at it, but they're fun, and you're learning new stuff about Disney parks. And so that's the good thing. You're learning new things about Disney. And Spawn takes over first place. Can't have any of that tiny whiny stuff. Oh, you guys are fun. All right. On to the next question. That's it. What is the height requirement for most rides in a Disney resort? Is it 37 inches, 40 inches, 55 inches, or 76 inches? What would be the average height, basically, for someone to ride a ride at the Disney theme parks? 37, 55, 40, or 76 inches? If you've been to the parks enough times, you see the height requirements for most rides. Wow, whoever did 37 is giving people some leeway. Yes. The average height for most rides at the Disney theme parks is around 40 inches. You have to be 40 inches to ride. Any of the rides. And Ruben takes over the lead only by 300 points, or a little less than 300 points. So it's still anyone's game. Well, you're making it so that shorter people can ride, Spawn. You're being nice to the little kids or people who are under 40 inches. You're being nice to them. All right. On to the next question. A true or false? That is true, Spawn. There are 6 Disneyland theme parks around the world. True or false? The Walt Disney Company has 6 theme parks around the world. True or false? There are 6 theme parks that Disney operates. It is actually true. You have Disneyland Resort, Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Tokyo, Shanghai Disney, and Hong Kong and Disneyland Hong Kong. Those are the 6 parks around the world. So it is true that there are 6 theme parks. No, there is a Tokyo Disneyland. There's a Disneyland Tokyo, and I'm going to warn you guys. There will be a question about these 6 theme parks in the future of this stream.
You busting the room?
Yeah.
Want me to close them out? Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come. Let's go play with toys. Come on. Bubba, let's
My
go.
dogs decided to break in.
Let's go.
Come on, go.
Come with Mom. Yep. I thought I had it closed right.
So Spawn takes over the lead again, just by 300 points, or a little less than 300. Let us go on to the next question. Ruben, I did make up the questions, but I looked up the answers before I made the questions. Yes, they are good doggies. What type of horse pulls the Main Street trolleys through the Magic Kingdoms? Are they miniature horses, draft horses, and if horse pulls the trolley at the Magic Kingdom that have the trolleys, which I think is all the Magic Kingdom theme parks around the world. I think they use the same horse. But mainly, I'm talking about Disneyland and Walt Disney World Magic Kingdoms. Is it miniature, draft, Mustang, or a foal? Yes, it is the draft horse. Because they're built, yes, a draft. The draft horse pulls the trolleys. It's because of how they are built and their strength. So those of you who said draft horse, you are correct. Oh. And Ruben has taken over the lead again. but still a close game. Anyone could take it. Actually, I think he answered that question before Emily put her answer in. On to the next question. Where was Walt Disney's apartment when he was in the park at Disneyland? Was it Sleeping Beauty's castle, above Pirates of the Caribbean, above the firehouse on Main Street, or inside the Enchanted Tiki Room in the back? Where did Walt have his apartment at Disneyland? Yeah, dealing with dogs is fun sometimes. Sleeping Beauty's castle, above Pirates, above the firehouse, or inside the Tiki Room? Yeah, especially for those of us who have been to Disneyland plenty of times, we should know this answer. Yes, it is. It is above the firehouse on Main Street, because you always hear cast members say that the lamp is for to symbolize Walt being there. And and it looks like Ruben is still in first place, but it's still a close game in it, and anyone can take it. Next question. Oh, here we go. Here's a fun one. Star Tours opened in 1987 in Disneyland. This ride was the brainchild of Disney, Michael Eisner, who was the CEO at the time, and what famous director? Danny Elfman, Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford, or George Lucas? Star Tours was the brainchild of the Disney company, along with what famous director? Danny Elfman, Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford, or George Lucas? Yes, it was George Lucas, since George Lucas was the one who created Star Tours. Actually, Steven Spielberg did help the with something that was at Disneyland at one time. Um, if I'm, yeah, with Francis Ford Coppola. The attraction show Captain EO was Steven Spielberg and Francis Ford Coppola's project. That show that was in Tomorrowland did have help from Steven Spielberg as well as George Lucas. So, yes, George Lucas was the one who created Star Tours. Disney went to him because they were fans of Star Wars. Well, Nightmare Before Christmas is Haunted Mansion. And there is a question about Nightmare Before Christmas in this quiz, Ruben. So hopefully you should get it. It's getting closer. Ruben is still in first place, but Spawn is slowly catching up to him. Let us go on to the next question. which is worth double points. Now, two of you should know this answer because I've said this in Hoax Live. Alice in Wonderland is in how many Magic Kingdom style parks? 5, 2, 3, or 1? Alice in Wonderland, the ride, is in how many Magic Kingdoms? 5, 2, 3, or 1? Some of you should know this because I did mention this. Let's see if you get it. No, it is not 5 or 3. It is 1. Disneyland's Magic Kingdom is the only park that has a Alice in Wonderland ride. No, not 3, 1. All the other Alice in Wonderland type rides Disneyland has as well is the teacups. Other Magic Kingdoms have teacups, but Alice in Wonderland the ride is only at Disneyland. They are the only Magic Kingdom park to have an Alice in Wonderland ride. Now, Disneyland Paris has a maze that is based off Alice in Wonderland. But the only Magic Kingdom that has a ride is Disneyland. Well, no one moved around. Yeah, that does get a little confusing at times. So no one's moved. Let's see what happens with the next question. True or false? The Pirates ride at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland are exactly the same. True or false? Pirates of the Caribbean at Walt Disney World and Disneyland are the same, have the same setup. Let's see how many of you get this. Is it true or false? Yes, it is false because the Walt Disney World Walt Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean only has one drop. And there's a scene cut out from the Walt Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean as well. And with that, you also exit in a different location. Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean has 2 drops. You go underneath the city that's burning and see pirates shooting at gunpowder. And then you go up a hill to get out of exit. A lot of tomatoes there, Spawn. You must really like tomatoes. All right. Well, it looks like Ruben has taken a little bit of a lead. So let us go on to the next question. A quiz. Now, all of you should get this one if you're a Haunted Mansion fan. How many happy haunts does the Haunted Mansion host? 99, 999,999, 999, or 9,999? How many happy haunts are in the Haunted Mansion? Is it red, blue, orange, or green? You guys should know this. Red, blue, orange, or green? Yes, it is 999 happy haunts, but there's always room for 1,000. Any volunteers? Yeah, it is fun, and you're learning things about the Disney parks that you never knew, or at least didn't realize. Some of it you probably knew, but didn't realize you knew it. So, Ruben is still in first, and his lead is increased quite a bit. Oh, so you're modding for another channel as well. That's wow, multitasking I see there, Spawn. All right, let's go on to the next question. Okay. What is the name of the riverboat that operates at Disneyland? Is it the Admiral Joe Fowler, the Liberty Bell, Mark Twain, or the Molly Brown? What is the name of the riverboat that operates at Disneyland? Joe Fowler, Liberty Bell, Mark Twain, or Molly Brown? Yes, it is the Mark Twain that is at Disneyland. The Molly Brown is actually Disneyland Paris, which was also, I think, the Joe Feller was at Paris as well. Uh, Liberty Bell is, or no, Liberty Bell is Walt Disney World. Molly Brown is the one at, yes, my puppy is being loud right now. The Molly Brown is at Disneyland Paris. Liberty Bell is Walt Disney World. And I think the Joe Fowler was at Disneyland Paris as well, but it caught on fire and is no longer in operation. Mark Twain is the one that has been at Disneyland since 1955. Or somebody walking by. He barks at everyone. So Ruben is on a streak today. Right now, he has answered 3 correct answers in a row. Let us go on to the next question. Quiz. All right. Worth double points. What legendary Imagineer helped develop the original show concept for the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad? Was it Bob Gurr, Mark Davis, Ub Iwerks, or Tony Baxter? Who helped develop Big Thunder Mountain? Bob Gurr, Mark Davis, by Works or Tony Baxter. Let's see. And yes, it was Tony Baxter. And a very interesting fact, if you guys did not know, Big Thunder Mountain was the first Disney roller coaster to be totally designed on a computer. Tony Baxter and his team used a computer to figure out what concept and design they wanted to use for the ride. There's a variation of his name on a headstone in the Haunted Mansion, as well as a window on Main Street. He has a, if I'm correct, he does have a window on Main Street. I don't know which Main Street he's on, but he is on Main Street as well. All right. Let's go on to the next question. What year did the Haunted Mansion Holiday open up? Was it 1986, 1993, 2001, or 2020? What year did the Haunted Mansion Holiday open its doors? Or when did it take over Haunted Mansion? Was it 86, 93, 2001, or 2020? And yes, it was 2001. Disney Imagineers actually were asking what holiday overlay they should put on another ride, since It's a Small World had their holiday overlay, and I forget which Imagineer it was, but there's an Imagineer who really liked Nightmare Before Christmas. So since Nightmare Before Christmas came out in 1992 or 93, somewhere around there, yeah, they decided to come up with the idea of opening up the Haunted Mansion holiday overlay of Nightmare Before Christmas and let Jack take over. So in 2001, that's the year that it opened. The movie was in 92, 93. And Ruben's correct. I think 93. And Ruben is still in first place. He's taking a sizable lead. He's taking a sizable lead. All right, on to the next question, which is worth double points. Okay, I don't know why I have Tiana up there, but which princesses are the Disneyland and Walt Disney World castles dedicated to? That's not an answer. Don't even look at that. I don't know why that's up there. Is it Tiana and Mulan, Pocahontas and Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Aurora or Cinderella, or Rapunzel and Ariel? Which two princesses are Disneyland and Walt Disney World's castle dedicated to? Tiana Mulan, Pocahontas Snow White, Aurora and Cinderella, or Rapunzel and Ariel? Let's see who How many of you get this correct? And that is correct. Yes, it is Sleeping Beauty's castle in Disneyland and Cinderella's castle at Walt Disney World. Yes, it should be, Ruben. The Canada Disneyland. All right. Let's go on to let's go on. Ruben has a sizable lead of 12,000. Let us go on to the next question. Okay. On to the next question, which is a true or false. People Mover is at every Disney park resort. True or false? The People Mover is at every Disney theme park resort. Now you guys should get this correct. Is it true or is it false? Yes, it is false. Actually, you got it right, Ruben. The People Mover is only at Walt Disney World, which is called the TTA, Transport something. I forget what it's actually the full name, but it's the TTA. The track is still at Disneyland for People Mover, but there's not been a People Mover ride on that track in years. So, but there's rumors that it might come back, but those are just rumors right now to Disneyland. But we will see if that's true or not. So Ruben is still in first place with 12,000. Spawn has 9,000. It is still anyone's game. It is anyone can win this. Yeah, it is a good thing you hit false. On to the next question. Okay. So, a quiz question. Where did Walt Disney come up with the idea for Disneyland? Was it at the Griffith Park merry-go-round, the LA Zoo, the premiere of Snow White, or Gatorland in Florida? Where did Walt Disney come up with the idea for Disneyland? Yes, that's correct, Manny. That is correct. The Maryland Transit Authority. I knew it was. And yes, it is. It was the Griffith Park merry-go-round while watching his daughters go around, and he thought to himself, why isn't there someplace that parents and children can both have fun and enjoy rides together? And he built Disneyland in a year. It took him a year to build Disneyland. Yes, it is Griffith Park. Wow, Spawn now has 7 correct answers in a row. Spawn's getting up there. Yeah, that the bench in Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln at the beginning, that bench actually comes from Griffith Park, where Walt Disney actually sat. They bought that bench to put into the park. So that's the actual bench that Walt Disney sat at to where he watched his daughters ride the merry-go-round. All right. On to the next question. True or false? Every Disney Resort theme park decorates for Christmas. Is it true or is it false?
So now you have one? Now, if you want to tell boys.
Actually, it is true. The Walt Disney World resorts, or Disney Resort theme parks, actually do actually decorate for Christmas. Even the uh, out of country parks. So no one moves any spots in that.
Xavier, you need to lay down now, honey. Xavier, lay down. Lay down, okay? Lay down and be good for Dad. Can you lay down and be good?
So let us go on to the next question.
Got him?
Which ride is at every Disney theme park resort? Is it The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, or Adventures Through Inner Space? Yes, it is Dumbo the Flying Elephant. And actually, Walt Disney World has two Dumbos that run, while most of the other parks have one. Spawn is catching up to Ruben. Let's see how this goes on these next questions. We've got 10 more questions to go. Next question. True or false? The Disney company has its own island. True or false? Disney has its own island. And yes, it is true. Yes, Castaway. Yeah, Castaway is the island that the Disney Cruise Line goes to as one of its port stops. Just like Royal Caribbean and them have their own, they use their own island in the Caribbean. Disney has their island in the Caribbean that they use. And it is still a close game. Only by 2,000, less than 2,000 points now. Let us go on to the next question. The next quiz. Who are represented on the windows on Main Street, USA at the Disney Resort parks? Who are represented on the windows of Main Street at the Disneyland Resort parks? Is it famous people in history, all the characters of Disney, some of the park's major contributors, or world leaders throughout history? Now, I kind of gave you a hint earlier and talked about this, so you guys kind of got a hint of this earlier. Is it famous people, the characters of Disney, major contributors of the park, or world leaders? Yes, that is correct. It is the major contributors, some of the major contributors of the parks. Mainly, those names on the windows are of Imagineers that have worked at Disney. There is a few that are not Disney Imagineers. Actually, maybe it's only really one name that's not, and that is Walt Disney's father. Walt Disney's father, Elias Disney, has his own window on Main Street. They did that in honor of Walt Disney's dad. But most of the names on the windows are mainly of Imagineers that have worked at Disney. And there are actually requirements to get your name on a window on Main Street. So not every Imagineer has had their name put on Main Street. Maybe Ruben is using Google. Never said you couldn't, but hopefully you don't. And Ruben still has a lead, but it is getting cut pretty quickly by Spawn, who has an answer streak of 3. Let us go on to the next question. All right, the quiz. How many shops at Disneyland are operated independently of the Disney company? Yes, Elias did contribute to Walt's birth. Is it 2, 12, 22, or 32? How many shops in Disneyland Resort are operated independently of the Disney company? Is it 2, 12, 22, or 32? Well, even if you don't have an idea, just guess. And We'll see. Yes, to the person who said two, it is two, as far as I know for sure. There are two shops that are owned independently of Disney. Yes, they have cast members there, but they are from the company that owns that shop. And those shops are the Magic Shop on Main Street and the Crystal Shop in New Orleans Square. Those are the two shops that are independently owned from the Disney company. And actually, if you go into the Magic Shop and look at the wall and look at the roof, you will see every magician that has walked through those doors and worked that front desk, including one famous actor, Steve Martin, worked at the Magic Shop at Disneyland as a magician. The Crystal Shop in New Orleans Squares is owned by a family-owned company, and if you go into that shop and look at the wall, there is a silver plate up on that wall that has Walt Disney's portrait on it. The machine that etched that plate is the same machine that is used to this day to etch names and other images onto glass in the New Orleans Square glass shop. So there's a little tidbit if you guys didn't know. So Spawn has 4 correct answers. And Ruben is still in the lead. All right, let us go on to the next question of true or false. All right, this one everyone should get. True or false? Avengers Campus is located at Disneyland Resort, Walt Disney Resort, Disneyland Paris, and the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort. True or false? Some of you should know this. Is Avengers Campus at Disneyland Resort, Walt Disney World, Disneyland Paris, or in Hong Kong? And yes, it is false. Yes, it is false. The Avengers Campus is at Hong Kong, but it's still in construction phase. They haven't finished it. Disneyland has it at California Adventures, and Disneyland Paris just opened up their Avengers Campus in Hollywood Studios Park at Disneyland Paris. But there is going to be a Hong Kong Disney Avengers Campus in the future. They are still in construction. Walt Disney World does not have an Avengers Campus because Universal Studios has the rights to Marvel. That is the only reason why you will not see an Avengers Campus at Walt Disney World Resort, is because Universal Orlando has the rights to Marvel. there is no end date for the agreement that Universal has to own Marvel. And Ruben's lead extends a little bit. All right, on to the next question, which is a quiz. And we only have 5 more questions left. Which Disneyland theme park resort was opened first? Was it Tokyo Disneyland, Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort? Yeah, you guys should have gotten that correct. If you got that one wrong, then we need to take your Disney card away. Because there's no way you should have gotten that one wrong. If you're a Disney fan, you should know that Disneyland was opened in 1955, way before any of the others. No, Spawn, not Tokyo. All right, let's look at the leaderboard. And Ruben is still in the lead with a little over 3,000 points. And we have 4 after this. We have 4 more questions left to go, and then the game is over. And we'll see who goes home with the win. Yes, July 17th, 1955. On to the next question, which is a quiz and is worth double points. Where can you find Mickey Mouse in the Disney Resort theme parks? Only in parades, only in shows, only on merchandise, or everywhere in the parks? Can you find Mickey Mouse in the Disney Resort theme parks? Is it only in the parades? Only in shows, on merchandise, or everywhere? And yes, you are correct that everywhere in the parks you can find Mickey Mouse. You can find meet and greets of Mickey Mouse in different locations. You can see him in the parades and in the shows and in all the merchandise that Disney has. Spawn is catching up. But can he take over the lead? Spawn is very close. We'll see if he can catch up in the next few questions. Next question. What Magic Kingdom land can you find Space Mountain? Is it Adventureland, Frontierland, Tomorrowland, or Fantasyland? Which land can you find Tomorrow or Fantasy? And you guys should get this one correct. This one is kind of an easy one. And yes, you are correct. It is in Tomorrowland. Kind of be hard to do in Adventureland, especially with Disneyland's Adventureland is really small. Yeah, Frontierland. And Walt Disney World's is, well, there's still not enough space to put that big honking ride. But yes, Tomorrowland is where you will find Space Mountain. And actually, a little known fact, the Space Mountain at Walt Disney World is a single rider car, whereas the Space Mountain in Disneyland can fit two people, but it is also a shorter track. The Space Mountain at Walt Disney World is a little longer. So there's some interesting facts about Space Mountain, at least for two parks. The other parks that have Space Mountain, which we know next in a couple years, I think it's Tokyo's or Hong Kong's Space Mountain, will be closing and will be redesigned. And Disneyland Paris's Space Mountain, I don't know if it's a single rider or single row or double, but the Space Mountain in Paris is actually permanent Star Wars layover. It is a Star Wars themed Space Mountain permanently. For those of you who didn't know, Spawn has a high streak of 3 correct answers in a row. On to the next question, which is a quiz. Let's see how many of you. Yes, it does have a loop at Paris. Out of the 6 parks, how many are actually owned and operated 100% by the Walt Disney Company? How many out of the 6 parks are actually owned and operated by Walt Disney? 6, 4, 3, or 2? How many parks out of the 6 are owned and operated solely by Disney? And actually, you both are wrong. It is only 3 parks are actually owned and operated by Walt Disney Company. That would be Walt Disney World, Disneyland, and now Disneyland Paris. Before, they did not own Disneyland Paris 100%. They shared ownership with a company in Paris. Disney has 53% ownership of Tokyo, around 57% ownership of Tokyo, Shanghai, and Hong Kong. Those are the 3 that are not 100% owned by the Walt Disney Company. So only 3 out of the 6 are owned solely by the Walt Disney Company. On to the next. And no one moves. Let's go on to the next question, which is a true or false. Anyone can enter into the Club 33s. anyone can enter into a Club 33. Actually, I think that one was. I may have. Sorry about that. I may have accidentally had that one. I think that one was the timer was less, which I didn't realize. I'm sorry about that, people. And yes, it is false. You have to go pay 33. I think it's like $33,000 or something about that, and be put on a waiting list before you can even enter it. Sorry about that, Spawn. I thought I put it at a minute. Apparently, that one wasn't changed. That time wasn't changed. But a cool fact about the Club 33 is that there are multiple at Walt Disney World. There are multiple Club 33s for each park that is at Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World has 4 Club 33s. Well, Disneyland has mainly 1 Club 33. But only the rich, the really rich, can get into Club 33 because you have to pay the first installment fee to join, and then you've got a high amount renewal fee every year. So not very many people can enter into Club 33. And Ruben got that correct and is still in first place. And we've got one more question. All right, on to the last question of this game. Club 33 was created as an exclusive members only club to thank the sponsors. How many sponsors helped with Disneyland? Was it 12, 45, 33, or 67? How many sponsors helped with Disneyland? Well, if you click 33, you are correct. 33 sponsors helped create Disneyland, put money in for Disneyland. So the Disney company wanted to show their appreciation to these sponsors and made Club 33, which is the only, am I correct? Yeah, the only spot really in Disneyland, Magic Kingdom, that sells alcohol. Other than that, you have to go to California Adventures and Disneyland Resort. At Walt Disney World, if you go to a sit-down restaurant in the Magic Kingdom, not the fast service ones, but an actual sit-down restaurant that requires reservation, you can order alcohol at those restaurants. But if you go to Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, or Epcot, anywhere in the park, at those other 3 at Walt Disney World Resort, you can order alcohol from the restaurants. Let us now check out the winners for this game. Third place, nobody. Second place, Spawn. And in first place is Ruben. There is your podium for this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed that little trivia game. I might actually do more in the future if you guys would like. Uh, for those of you watching this on replay, thank you for watching, and make sure to hit that like button and also to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when I go live and post other videos. And also for everyone in here right now, if you wait, once this is over, go ahead in the comments below and comment if you'd like to do this again, and I'll see about doing another trivia challenge on another day. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed this. I will talk to y'all later. Have a good day.